Hi everyone, welcome back to Goabie's Try Tips. Today I wanted to give you 3 tips, because it's try, haha. 3 tips for lancing. This isn't the be-all, end-all comprehensive guide, but it's kind of enough to get you started and getting you into the realm of what's possible with lance, okay? And because I'm very good at video editing, I have this. I have this right here. Let's go over the lance basics real quick, in case you've never picked up the lance before, but it's really, really easy. Lance is one of the most, I won't say simple weapons you could use, because you can ignore a lot of the extraneous features and just do 2 things, which is to poke and hop. Okay. Lance's basic quote-unquote combo, I say combo in quotes because, you don't ever have to do this. I mean, you're never committed to it. It's not like you're always, whatever. The basic combo is 3 stabs. At the end of the 3rd stab, you cannot stab anymore. You can either flow from the 3rd stab to an evade. You can side hop, or you can back hop. Or you can flow from the 3rd stab into a counter. So that's a counter attack. At any point, you can cancel any movement. So you could go 1 stab hop, 2 stabs hop. You could go up, forward hop. You go to up, forward, up counter. Like that, okay? So it's very flexible, and that's basically all you ever need to be good at lance. In fact, you might want to cut out all the other stuff. Okay, so that's the basics. That's the lance combo. So my first try tip for the lance is needing to wait, okay? The thing about this game is when monsters attack, monster attacks are heavy, and you never ever want to get hit by it, pretty much no exception. If the monster hits you, you take a ton of damage. It overrides whatever you're doing, save for like a few things, and you just don't want it. It's DPS loss, it's health loss, it's resources loss because you have to take a potion now. You're out of the fight because you're rolling on the floor, so it's just bad to be hit. So my first tip is, like, I can do this. I can just mash. This is as fast as you can possibly move with the lance. Like, I'm attacking and then rolling out of the 3rd attack as fast as possible. And this is great when the monster is immobilized or when it's just open and you get to hit it. But if the monster's in free movement and you're like, hey, welcome horns. Okay, so like you're getting like 1 poke on a turn and then you're waiting to see what the monster's doing. Notice how much time I have before I need to commit. This is max speed. It's like 1, 2, 3. This is 1, 2, 3. And this is important because if you're open, you do it as fast as possible. But if you're not sure, let's say a tail whip is coming. I'm running into the monster. It's on the second half of his tail whip, so I even know it's coming. I'm running into the monster. I do 1 stab, wait, roll, right? Instead of going stab, trying to match the 2nd stab as fast as possible, and then now I get hit by the swing, right? So the point is, you can slow your roll and react, right? So if you need to, if a movement is coming, you can just hesitate. All right, give it the little wait and see what you do. Because Monster Hunter is a counter-punching game. You react to the monster and then you punish it, almost without exception. The second one is what I call option select counter. So this is a term I borrowed from like fighting games. So the counter attack is guard, and then on the controller, it's A. If you're on Wiimote, sorry, you basically can't pull this attack off consistently. From like multiple like really, really good Wiimote players I've talked to, the attack just doesn't come out reliably. But for controller, it's shield, R, and then A. Now there are 2 ways to counter. You can hold R and then tap A, and this gives you this. And then hold R, tap A, release R. So this is just tap A as soon as you press the counter attack button or the attack button, whatever. Release the guard button. So again, holding the guard button, I get this. If I just tap it, I get this. And the second one is what I call option select counter. You always want option select counter because this means you're predicting a monster movement like 1 second into the future. Maybe you're right, maybe you're not right. If you're not right, you're stuck like this, and then after this moment here, when you do this big thrust, Yes, I can roll out of it, but that's a whole second when, as I do the thrust, I'm wide open. I'm committed to this attack. I could completely whiff it. I'm completely vulnerable. The monster could hip check me, pin me, whatever I do, just because I read it wrong. I think, oh, an attack is coming in the future. I'll get it right, and then they do this, and then they like flip back, trigger your counter, and you're stuck at that, and then they pin you. Or Devil Joe turns and doesn't do what you thought, and then jumps on you, and now like you have to dung bomb or you're dead. Instead of doing this, if you really predicted a movement 1 second into the future, like about there, maybe around there, you could just follow tip 1, wait, and tip 2, option select. This is the fast one. If they like do an attack and you are right about countering, then you will counter anyway. If you are wrong, then you come out of it quickly and you get to move again, right? So you do not have this long ass commitment. And it's not just that like you're wrong about reading a movement. Sometimes things happen. Like maybe your teammates stagger the monster. Maybe they flash it. Maybe they trap it. So then if they do that, once again, you're stuck here doing this. But if you just do this, this is just the superior option because you immediately come out, you do your attack, and you can continue. So that's the option select counter. The third one is, what did I write? Mobility. Okay, yeah. So I better power down, actually. Take a weaker weapon. We will use the almighty shark attack. Might be too strong still. Let's, okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter. One thing you notice about the lance is that it's very slow and cumbersome when you first introduce to it, because you basically move at a walking pace with a weapon drawn. Leading the charge, okay, sure. Yeah, it doesn't matter which monster I pick here. I just doing whatever. Right. So if you have the weapon drawn, you're basically walking. It's like, you're one of those Sparta guys in formation with their shields up with the phalanx, Oh, this isn't the fastest way to Baroth, by the way. The faster way is actually to jump off the little cave. I should have shown that. That's too bad. And so they think Lance is not mobile, but it's actually insanely mobile. It's like way better than Switch Axe in sword mode, which is really unfair because Switch Axe is terrible in this game. So they really gave Lance everything and gave Switch Axe just has nothing. But I'll show off some of the mobility. Basically, if you're far away, you sheathe and you run like this. If you're kind of close, we hop around for mobility. Ow! Don't do that. What I just did. Oh, I don't have guard. That's actually a pain. Okay. Okay, so yeah, you can roll those. But notice I'm just inside his body. Okay, right here. 1, 2. So I just hop at him. If I'm not in position, if I'm that close, I can hop at him. This I just wait for him to come to me. Oh my god, the shark is too strong, guys. I'm sorry. Right there I walked up because I didn't have stamina, but if I had stamina, I would just turn and hop. Okay, I have to not get like sucked up into this hunt because I just play this game. I really like playing this game. This weapon is too strong for this. This is unfair. But yeah, you can see if you can after poke you can hop to the side. After a poke, you can hop to the back. In free movement, like this. Right? I just hop toward him. A little slightly advanced thing is, it feels like there's a long hop and a short hop in this game. Other people have commented on it. I think it's true, even though it's weird. You might not notice, and it's hard to like replicate. I think it's only for back hopping toward the monster. I want to get an example here. So that... Okay, if I just press it without pressing directionals, I need... please, bear off. Okay. Yes, yeah. See, the second and third one there, those look short, right? And people are asking how to get a long hop instead of the short hops. So the short hops, I turn my back and I just keep pressing evade. Just evade, no direction. But to get the long hop, let me get out of here. Okay, yeah. So get the long hop. Bear off, please. Sorry, yeah, if I were good at video editing, this video would be a lot nicer. But yeah, okay, so for long, I just wiggle the stick and let the direction change, like that. So notice all three of those hops were long. So I hop, wiggle the stick, and then hop again. So you have to, when you wiggle the stick, it's not just that you wiggle the stick, you have to see your character change his facing. So here, kind of like that. And again, it's like super sensitive. I don't know what it is, but when I use it in practice for real, I always get what I want. So, yeah, that's the mobility. Basically, use back hops. If you're within 2 back hops of the monster, you would love to back hop to the monster, continue poking. If you're farther, just put in your weapon and just run at him. And then you can just always do this. And look, you just re-engaged, right? So I can counter or roll that. So I just chose the counter. Okay, 4th tip, and then we'll watch a video that I did. Bonus tip, don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do that. Just don't do that. Okay? So that's my 4th tip. All right, let's stop this, and we'll look through a video that I did. So this was on stream today, but I ended up cutting the stream because I just wanted this VOD because I thought it was really good for demonstrating some of these things I'm talking about. And then this is just going to be like a freestyle commentary. I won't necessarily stick to the same talking points I had before. But, okay, so when I do use the lance charge, it's because I want to stab it. Okay, blocking roars, you want to block toward the face of the monster. So when I was here, let me turn on my whiteboard. How do I do this? Oh, I forgot how to use my whiteboard. Oh, forget it. Okay, yeah. But you can see I'm facing the monster as I guard here. If you don't face the monster, like let's say you're behind his head and you're stabbing his chest, and then you try to guard into his chest, it's not going to work. So get your facing right versus the monster guards. I think I'm going to make another adjustment later for the guards, so you'll see what I'm talking about. I have guard +1 here. I prefer to guard Lance Loggy. You can evade Lance him. Okay, so these are really good here. That is whatever. I'm forced. Okay, right here. I know Loggy loves this little claw swipe. And when he does the claw swipe, if you're attacking, he actually just swallows your attack. He cancels you. But I know it's coming, and I use the option select counter. I don't counter and hold the thing. I do it at the moment of impact. It's like a perfect parry, you know? So that way, I get the maximum. If I'm wrong, I get to poke him anyway. If I'm right, I lose the minimal uptime. I stay safe, everything. All right, so let's do some more. Okay, I just whiffed. Okay, there, again, I did that. Ah, perfect, there you go. So, right here, I'm always reacting. You're always reacting to the monster. Okay, so he enters rage. I notice immediately. I did 2 stabs, not 3. I did not do the full combo. The 3rd stab does go in, but it's not as profitable. I immediately roll, change my facing. Now I'm looking in his direction again, and I counter, and I get 2 stabs, 3 stabs. Right? I just get more this way. Okay. And then I might just end the video here, but this final thing. People ask, how do I dodge the Logia Cruz hip check? And the key is you go to your left. Right here. Notice I slide left twice. And all of a sudden I'm completely, I don't even put up my shield. I just kind of floated around until he was ready again. Right? Let's look at that again. So this is more like Logia Cruz specific. Bonus tip. Okay, again. Roll to react, get my facing right, counter. And like I'm saying a lot of things, but this is like nothing special, really. There. Yeah, so. If you are on this left here, it is, with a longsword, it's 1 fade slash left. With the lance, it's 2 side hops left. And unless there's some wall fuckery changing his trajectory, if you go to the left, this second hip check will never get you, okay? If you go to the right, the initial hip check will not touch you if you're far enough. It's not, you don't have to be like that far clear, but the second hip check will guaranteed be threatening you. So left side is better. Sometimes you're forced to go right, and then with evasion, you can roll the second hip check. With the guard, you can just block it. If you don't have a shield, like you're longswording, yeah, okay, you have to roll it. You don't need evasion 1 to roll it, but it sure as hell is a lot more comfortable. Right. All right, I'll just let this. Okay, right there, counter again. Look how smooth that is. It's so free. Okay, I believe I was on the right side of this hip check this time. Counter this. Yeah, I'm on the right side. See what happens? Hey, the things I'm saying are true. So there, as far as I know, I just have to eat this. There's no way around this. So yeah, I just do that. More teamy stuff, just poking. Counter. I watching myself right there. I would have said do the option select counter, and I failed, and I got swiped. So there you go. See, there's always more to improve. I got flinched by a teammate there. On these like head tail sweeps, this little crook inside of his neck where I am, right here, like this little crook is actually safe. If you put up a shield, or if you just like roll with any weapon, if you roll when you feel you're in danger, you're only going to get flinched by the current. You're never going to get hit and take HP loss. So this little crook right there, I ended up taking the shield because again, I was like, I was staggered by teammates. Ooh, I would have done something different there, but I just, yeah, whatever. So yeah, for the head tail whips, that crook inside his neck, just evade when you think you're in danger. The timing is not that tight, and you will get a current push instead of eating a head hit. So it's really good. Oh no, run away. I was like streaming, but I ended up just like after this hunt, I was like, oh, this is a good one to demonstrate for a Lance video. So I made it. I'm sure there's more details I could talk about, but it's kind of Loggy specific and not Lance specific now. But that little electric field that is so annoying for so many weapons if you're up close. Like if you're a longsword and you're just caught in his body and he decides to electric field, like even the fade can't get you out sometimes. But Lance literally is just free real estate. I get to poke you like 8 times when you do a really annoying get off me attack, and I get to punish you for 8. That's crazy. Okay, right there. Oh, that was great. This is a perfect example of what I mean by when I say take the option select. And again, for the hip check, I rolled left. I know the swipe is coming. I perform the option select counter. I'm wrong. He whiffs me. So imagine if I had performed the committal counter here, because I'm like, oh, I'm so smart. He's definitely going to swipe, and I'm going to counter, and it's going to be glorious. Well, guess what? He did swipe, but it wasn't at me, and I continued stabbing anyway, because I did the option select. It always gives me what I want. Either I counter or I continue the stab, right? So that's exactly what I'm talking about, the option select counter. Underwater, my mobility tips don't matter as much. Again, okay, so I do that. I can talk a little bit about why you shouldn't Lance counter. Let's actually, like... It's a fair question to ask. Not Lance counter, Lance charge. It's a fair question to ask, why shouldn't I Lance charge? Because it looks like you're hitting the monster so much, right? Like, you must be doing so much damage. But Lance charge deals 25% of your normal damage. So it is actually a severe downgrade. It shreds your weapon sharpness. I kind of owned it there. Or the hammer did a lot of work, but I did some poking too. It shreds your weapon sharpness. It doesn't do nearly as much damage as you think. And it even applies reduced status effect. So it's just all around bad. And once you consider the fact that it's insanely disruptive to your teammates who are also trying to deal damage, and if your teammates are good, you want them to be hitting the monster. Once you factor all that in, you just shouldn't Lance charge. The only goal of the Lance charge is, in my opinion, to A, close distances that you can't close with double back hop. So 1, you can't close the distance with double back hop well enough. And B, the only goal is to land the finishing stab. Like, you want to charge and hit the finishing stab. You do not want to just try to stick to the monster, because you're not going to stick to the monster and doing shit for damage, and you're disrupting your teammates. So that's my little spiel on Lance charge. It is inefficient and disruptive and discourteous. So basically nothing good. There. No one was in the way and immediately just like stabbed. I didn't try to stick to him. I didn't run through him, all that stuff. But really, like, if you never do it, I think you would be like, you would be 90. You could be 98th percentile Lancer if you never use that move. You would not lose all that much. So this hunt goes on for I got like 2 more minutes, but you know, I think he doesn't stay in this area long. We beat on it pretty hard. My internal Goabie capture guru was tingling, so like I feel like it's ready. And then as soon as it zoned back to 6, I knew it was ready because that's just what Loggy does. If he's cap ready here, he's always going to limp back to 6. So you know, if you want some closure, we'll get here and we set some traps. I put a bomb just in case. I pressed the wrong button here, but thank God for Helios and the rest of my team there. They throw some tranks. Let's get out of here. Do I get a reward screen on this? There you go. There's my reward screen. Did I get a gem? A sapphire? Oh, I sure did. No Horn Plus, though. That's the other treasure. Those are the things you want. All right, guys. That's it for this episode of Goabie's Tri-Tips Lance Edition. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know. Thanks.